Part 3. You will hear 5 short extracts in which people are talking about a common topic. For questions 19 to 23, choose the best answer, A to H. Use the letters only once. There are 3 extra statements which are not attributed to a speaker. You hear 5 people talking about school trips. Speaker 1.
I went on a 5-day school geography trip to some Scottish islands when I was about 16. It was something to do with studying rocks, I think. It was interesting to see a different side to our teachers. You know, they were a bit more relaxed, but it was strange seeing them dressed casually rather than in their normal work clothes. One thing I hadn't expected was that I'd miss my parents so much, and I couldn't wait to get home and sleep in my own bedroom. I suppose that's normal, because it was my first time being away from home.
Speaker 2.
School trips must be an absolute nightmare for teachers. All those excited kids wandering off. I remember one class trip to a nature reserve. The teacher was going on and on about all the rules that we had to follow. Well, of course, my friend and I weren't paying much attention. We thought we had to return to the coach at 5 p.m, but actually we should have gone back at 4 p.m. Well, you can imagine how furious the teacher and the rest of the class were when we turned up an hour late. As a punishment, we weren't allowed to go on the next school trip.
Speaker 3.
We didn't do many class trips when I was at school, but they were definitely a highlight. Having the chance to get out of the classroom was so exciting to me, and I used to look forward to school trips for weeks beforehand. I even enjoyed the tasks they gave us to do on the trip, like taking notes on objects in a museum or identifying trees in a forest. Is there a better way to learn about something than actually seeing it with your own eyes? And it's even more fun when you get to spend time with your school friends in a new place.
Speaker 4.
Don't get me wrong, I liked it when our class used to go out on excursions, even if it was just to an art gallery. But I honestly don't know if I really learnt much on any of these trips. For example, I remember going on one trip to the coast where we were supposed to be collecting information about seabirds. But all I remember was spending the morning eating ice cream and going into souvenir shops. I'm convinced there are more effective ways to learn, but still, I'm not complaining.
Speaker 5.
In general, I'm in favour of school trips, but it depends on the type of activity the school organises. Some of the trips my school used to offer were far too expensive. I couldn't afford to go on all the excursions, unfortunately. And to be honest, I didn't used to like the ones where we had to do a lot of physical activity, you know, like hiking. My favourite trips were the ones where we could watch a play or go to an art gallery. Those cultural experiences inspired me far more.